Ciao Tifosi, welcome back to Italian Football Talk with myself and Graham. Tonight we're going to be covering the post-game review of Italy versus Switzerland. What a crack of a game that we're going to go through right now. Just go through the lineup, first half, second half overview, and then and pretty much what's going to happen in the groups for the next match day 3 game. Before we get in that, please hit the subscribe and like button and share, and then let's get cracking. What a game!
Yeah, well, like you were saying, cracking. Absolute cracking game. Let's get stuck right into it. So we'll begin with the formation. To the absolute surprise of nobody, Italy shaped up in a 4-3-3 formation. The back four was Di Lorenzo, which of course Auber called. That was a replacement for Florenzi, I believe. Yeah. A centre-back partnership, Bonucci, Chiellini, and of course Spinazzola on the other side. I've not forgotten about him, but everybody knows who the goalkeeper is at this point. Donnarumma was in the middle. Then you've got the midfield again. No changes there with Barella, Jorginho and Locatelli, who will we be talking about for quite a lot in this episode. Spoiler alert. The front three, again, no changes. Berardi, Ciro Immobile and Lorenzo Insigne. That was your front three. So what did you think of the first half? I mean, in general, of course, we're going to actually say what happened, but just watching it.
Yeah, I don't know. Great. I was, I predicted a 2-0 win before the game.
Yeah, we both did.
Switzerland would be very hard to break down. The first 10 minutes, Switzerland were very, very aggressive, very physical. In fact, the first few minutes, they were all swarming all over us. So we were kind of, I wouldn't say hair in the headlights, but I did see Switzerland get off the blocks pretty quick against us. But slowly we're building our game again. Progressive football, connecting the ball between the mid to Berardi, then Berardi to Insigne, to Immobile. I was like, okay, all right, we've got a game on our hands here, And Switzerland were not going to sit back and like what Turkey did, almost in a sense. But I don't know. It was great to watch. I'm still buzzing from the win.
Yeah, I mean, it was just incredibly comfortable. I thought the first half was a lot more comfortable than the first 45 against Turkey. Like, obviously, Turkey weren't doing much, but in the grand scheme of things, I mean, it was just wave after wave from Italy. They kept going forward. They kept pushing for that goal. And, of course, the opening goal did come in the unlikeliest shape and form of Giorgio Chiellini.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because of course you'll have...
But that, to me, it was ball to hand. There wasn't hand to ball. Well, how on God's earth are you going to fucking jump up to get the corner and have your arms behind? How? How do you jump?
That's modern football. Modern football. This is no longer the 90s or the early 90s. I mean, you have to jump up.
But I'm not saying if this was Italy, if this was even England, if this was Brazil, I couldn't. It was ball to hand. I've always said this, ball to hand.
Doesn't exist anymore.
I actually thought when he called the VR, I thought it was because he did a foul, like you did the push on the defender, but it was bloody handball.
Yeah.
So I was celebrating, and I was like banging my chest like King Kong, and then wait, yes, VAR, here we go again. I feel like deja vu here all over again, and then as you know, no goal, which I think was ridiculous.
Yeah, as you can tell, we do not agree with that call, but that is modern football for you. Ball to hand rule. I mean, like old school football fans, they know exactly what we're talking about. But there's pretty much no ball to hand rule anymore in football. As soon as the ball touches your hand, then 9 times out of 10 it's going to go against you. So, yeah, the opening goal ruled out for handball.
And the worst part is then Chiellini went off injured. So there you go.
Yeah, it was something like 5 minutes later, pulls up with an injury. But
I don't think it's serious because he was looking. I think the Rai TV kind of zoomed on him. And he's talking to one of the coaches, the medical staff, and he was like, it's just a niggle. So I don't know yet. Maybe tomorrow we'll find out how severe his injury is. So
Chiellini scored, handball, disallowed, and then 5 minutes later, he goes off injured. But have no fear, because the Azzurri did indeed score again. And this time it was from Locatelli. It was a great ball in from Berardi.
Beautiful.
Great ball in. I mean, Berardi's having a brilliant tournament for me so far. I know it's early, two games in, but still, I mean, that's like something like 2 assists at the very least, and a great finish from Locatelli right in front of goal. basically a tap in, but a goal's a goal.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it was a beautiful team play again, team effort here, guys, and I think
Yeah.
this is going to be a common theme while watching these podcasts from ourselves. I think it's going to be a constant theme. You're going to hear a lot about team effort, team goal, because again, it was a build-up play. It was, as soon as Italy lost the ball, they were on it. They were pressing. They didn't give Switzerland time like they did to Turkey. Just didn't give time on the ball. Try and recuperate that ball. Funny enough, going into kind of just not to go into much club football, but Pirlo's philosophy when he started Juventus was about that. It was about you lose the ball, change the formation, huddle, get the ball back, and then distribute the ball out. This was done. Textbook style for Mancini, and the goal from Locatelli was absolutely stunning. I loved it. It was, and I'm happy for the guy, young guy. His value's gone up by 10 mil for one goal now.
Yeah, and that was going to go up by another 10 mil. So Italy go into the halftime break, 1-0 ahead, pretty much cruising, very, very comfortable. Switzerland, I mean, they offered more of a threat than Turkey, but I mean, that's not really saying much. Of course, in the other game, I'm just mentioning Turkey. Turkey lost 2-0 to Wales. So, I mean, that tells you how good Turkey were. But Switzerland were a tougher opponent. The second half, I felt like Switzerland were, coming out and having a go more than they were in the first half against the Azzurri. Yeah. But, again, it was pretty much comfortable for Italy defending.
Well, I think it was also about the composure, right? It's about keeping composure.
Yeah.
The fact is, I honestly thought it would be hard to break Switzerland down, just keeping composure. And they did that. With Italy, they did that. They kept their composure and kept playing the football, right? Going out wide. I mean, forgot to mention, Spinazzola first half was insane. I mean, again, the guy was on top. Apart from the shot, when he kind of had like a week. That goes to show it's not someone who doesn't play up front that often. But yeah. Apart from that, going down that flank was it was unbelievable. And then coming the second half, as you said, we played great football. Jorginho did a lot of work. You don't hear a lot about him. He did a lot of off-ball field work. Disappointingly, I think it was Barella. To be honest with you, I didn't see much Barella in this game.
Yeah, I seen him give away a couple of fouls, but I mean, I don't think there was anyone that you could really point the finger at and say, "Oh, I was so disappointed." But in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't his best game, but it wasn't a bad game either from anyone, in my opinion. But just touching on what you're saying about Spinazzola, I think Spinazzola he's very comfortable when he's got someone to aim across for. As soon as it comes down to a shot on goal, because he kept getting closer and closer to Switzerland's goal, and he kept looking up, and then he just realised, oh shit, there's no one to cross to. I'll need to have a go. Exactly, and it was a bit of a mixed effort.
But again, the second half, again, Italy composed. Even with the loss of Chiellini, Acerbi played well, covered well for Chiellini, did some great last-ditch tackles there. And then you talk about the second goal. What a screamer! I mean, I was shouting at the screen, "Shoot! Pass the ball across and shoot!"
Really hurt you.
Yeah, well, fucking belted that ball, and what a goal! What a goal! I mean, Sommer just didn't move. He just looked at just watched the ball go past him on his left side.
That was one of them, and the goalkeeper sees the shot, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not getting to that." So that took place in the
effort, though.
But it's
But that's the thing, right? That's the thing, though. That goal, low and hard, was the same with Slovakia against Tech, for example. That was low and hard. It's hard. It's hard to save a shot that is going that fast, that low, at that angle.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a simple thing in football. You aim for the corner. So as soon as you aim for one of the corners, I mean, that's as far away as you can get from the centre. And obviously, if you hit it too wide, it misses the target. But when you aim for a bottom corner, it's incredibly difficult for a goalkeeper to get his trajectory right, his positioning right. And, when they're flat-footed like that, not expecting the shot, if you hit the target, then it's going to be going in. But that was a wonder goal from Locatelli. And you can be guaranteed that in the coming days, possibly even tomorrow or right now, you will be seeing transfer rumours all over the place with Locatelli. Yeah, 50 million to Juventus, PSG, Man United, all the usual suspects. But so Swallow will be delighted to see that because his asking price skyrockets.
Exactly, yeah. And then I don't know the rest of the game. Then the subs came on. At the classic, Berardi coming off, Chiesa coming on. Then you have Cristante, Pessina, and then Toloi as well. Great to see him to be having a bit of minutes under that. One thing I was disappointed. Well, I said disappointed, not a negative thing. I would have loved to see Raspadori come on. Now, I was shouting and saying, "Come on, get Immobile off." He had a few shots skimmed off wide. You think, "Oh, right, you know what? Take the guy off. We're 2-0 up. It's about 15 minutes to go. About 15, 20 minutes to go. Put Raspadori on. Let's put some fresh blood. Let's get him some, game time." And then he shut my mouth and he scored. And he scored a belt of a goal as well. So
that really was a good shot. And not only was it a good shot, but that made Ciro Immobile the first Italy player to score in Italy's opening 2 games of a major tournament, basically your Euro Cups and your World Cups, since Christian Vieri at the 2002 World Cup. That's how long ago it was. Christian Vieri was still playing.
So, yeah, it's of all people, right?
Yeah.
Of all people. So, yeah, listen, overall, I'm very happy. 6 goals in 2 games, double play. Oh, and let's not forget, it was the first time Donnarumma made a save in 150 minutes.
Yeah.
First time he's made a double save he actually had to do anything in 150 minutes of football. I don't remember that since I've been supporting Italy. I don't remember ever seeing a keeper not doing anything for nearly 1.5 game. It's insane.
Well, I mean, this team is just. When I was watching it, I kept thinking to myself, and of course, Ciro Immobile shut me up along with you. I was watching it and I'm going, you know what? This team would be complete if it had a clinical striker up front. If they had a clinical finisher, this team would be complete from back to front. And then, when Immobile scores, it's great. I just wish he would. Well, this is going to sound so ridiculous because he scored in 2 games back to back, but I wish he would be more clinical with the chances he gets for Italy.
Well, yeah, that's a bit contradictory because, like you said, he scored goals. So, yeah, I think the fact I hear where you're coming from because obviously he missed kind of a couple of sitters you think he would tuck away. Definitely would have tucked away for Lazio. But look, let's not dwell on that. I think what's really key is the fact that we've got 2 wins under our belt, 6 points in the bag, 6 goals.
Yeah. A goal for each point.
Clean sheet. Man of the match definitely by a long shot is Locatelli, 100%.
Yeah.
Just a bit of the stats of the game itself, just reading off from my notes. Italy had 13 shots, 3 shots on target, 3 goals.
Well, there you go, clinical, right?
That's pretty good. Possession, 49% Italy compared to Switzerland's 51. 527 passes for Italy compared to 542 from Switzerland. Pass accuracy about roughly the same, 85%. About fouls, 10 fouls each. But yeah, 3 corners, 2 corners for Switzerland. Italy dominated that game, right? They screwed the bolts in, and they you could see they were well prepared for this game.
Yeah, I mean,
Shaqiri was shut out. Didn't do much, did he?
At no point did Italy look really pressured or panicking. Like, even when Switzerland decided to press them at some point early in the second half before Locatelli's goal, and they were so calm and composed with their short passing out from the back. Like, you were expecting someone to maybe panic, maybe De Lorenzo because, he just came in, or Acerbi or anyone, but everyone was so calm and composed. They stuck to their jobs, short passing out the back, and Italy came on the counter again and again.
And what do you think? So 3-0, sorry. What do you think the last game, just very quickly, because I know we'll do a preview about this game, but just very quickly, kind of the balance of the table now, right? The predicament. I think in Wales, they're all jumping up and down now because they technically, as long as they draw with us, they qualified.
Well, even if Italy beat Wales could still qualify because they're on 4 points. I mean, that's just the craziness of this competition. I mean, if you finish third with 4 points, you can still go through. But I mean, that's I believe that game's going to be on Monday off the top of my head. I could be wrong, but next week anyway. But I mean, for that game, and I'm sure we'll get into it during the weekend, I'm expecting full rotation from Italy. A full 100%. Rotation, even the goalkeeper. You'll see Sirigu.
100%. I think to be fair, you will see what Mancini wants to do. 2 things. One, if he does the lineup like he did for the last 2 games, he's going for the win. If it's going for lineup 2, he's going for the biscotto, for the draw, because he doesn't really. To me, I'm speaking to a close friend of mine. He said, "No, Mancini's going to play for." In fact, after his interview with Rai, he was saying he's going to be playing for the win. he has to say that, obviously. But
Of
personally,
course.
I think you and I being long-time football fans, it makes logical sense as long as we don't lose to Wales, because that's important, by the way. Let's not underestimate that. As long as we don't lose to Wales, but if even we draw, but had Raspadori play, and you've got Belotti that's played, and a few other players that come into the squad, even Verratti, give Verratti a few game time. So yeah, so we'll see.
Verratti should get some game time. But I mean, just to quickly, while we're talking about this, if Italy win the group, it is very likely, in my opinion, that you will see in the round of 16 Italy face Ukraine.
I think Austria, but anyway, we'll see about that.
Away you go, Austria.
And they will be.
You heard it here first. Ukraine.
Australia, but you know what? If when they do go in the top of the group, they'll be playing on the 26th of June, 8:00 UK time, at Wembley. So guess who's going to try and get some tickets for that game?
Hint: it's not me.
It's the London boy here.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. I'm a happy boy going tonight with 6 points in the bag. Fantastic.
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. And if you're a fan of the Azzurri or you're Italian, how can you not be buzzing? 2 games, 6 goals, 2 clean sheets. I mean, get excited. This is the moment where you start getting excited. Italy playing the best football of the tournament, attacking, free-flowing football. And
subscribe and follow our channel, because this is where we're going to go. We might go all the way. So come on with the journey all the way to the top.
It's happening. It is happening.
I hope so.
Yeah. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching and ciao for now.